G'day guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over my round 20 tips and we're going to be tipping round 21 today. I'm starting to get really more consistent with YouTube. Alright, let's just close these tabs really quick. Alright, never mind that. I'm going to try to start getting really consistent with YouTube, so stay tuned for some ripper videos. As again, if my newest videos get over 200, 300 views, I might do a punishment, which will be to be confirmed. But yeah, let's go over my tips for round 20. I forgot to tip this whole round. Yeah, I'm just going to go on to the game to show you guys. Alright, yes, so these are my tips. Carlton, Port Adelaide, I tipped Carlton, but I forgot to tip that one. So I got Port Adelaide tip. I'm pretty happy with that. And then I got the Geelong tip right. I tipped the Suns to win at home. They lost sadly to the Lions. I tipped the Saints, which was a really good tip against Essendon. I then tipped Melbourne. They got so close. Then I tipped Freo. They won by 35. I tipped Collingwood, who won by 26. Sydney flopping, and then Hawthorn smashing. So, yeah, that was my tipping round. I got a total of 6 out of 9. And last round as well, I got 7 out of 9. So, I'm doing decent in the tipping. And, yeah, let's go over my round 21 tips and my tipping comp. Alrighty, to have a look at my tipping comp, let's see how everyone is doing. The highest score in round 20 was by Charlie Desena with 8 out of 9, followed by Wayne63 with 7, Bailey Boy with 7, Nick's Biggest Fan with 7, Blaze17 with 7, YL with 7, AFL Talks with 7, and that was it for the 7s. And to total score-wise, 0-1 Chloe and Nick Valero are tied up the top, both with 117, followed by Bailey Boy with 116, the Black Flash with 115, Charlie Desena with 114, Sean Holland with 114, Shannon with 114, Magpie 61 with 113, 12 Big Show with 112, and Taya Rose with 112. Now let's get into the tips for round 21. Alright, starting off with Friday night footy. Melbourne take on the Dogs. So I'm going to tip the Dogs for going to tip the Dogs for this one because they are really on a roll, are they? They just beat Sydney by a fair bit, but since it is at Marvel, Melbourne don't play the best there, but I could see this being a blockbuster on the Friday night. I'm going to say the Bulldogs to win by 14 against Melbourne, obviously with that win against Sydney. And then Melbourne just choking to the Giants. Full-time scores 83-85. Melbourne losing by 2 points at the G to GWS. GWS are quite a strong side. They're sitting in 5th. And then, as you can see, Melbourne is 11th. So, yeah, it should be a good game. I reckon the Bulldogs will get over the line by 14, but it should be a good one. The other Friday night game, I'll be attending this one. The Eagles take on the Suns at Optus. The Suns away form, what can I say, losing to every side away. But a shocker, the Suns finally lost at home this year against Brisbane. So they got their first home loss this year. And will they flop or will they come back and win the rest of their games? It'll be hard to see. They have 4 games left. And let's just hope they get the best of their season. But just because, obviously, the Eagles, that strong first half in the Derby, they led both of the changes by 13, and then they just fell away in the second half. With Jared Schofield, we're starting to see much better performances against Brisbane, against Freo were decent. That Saints one was bad. We're still a bit dodgy away, but at home we can definitely do some things. And it wasn't even at home against the Dockers because the Dockers had the atmosphere, even though the Eagles fans were louder. But look, it should be a good game, I reckon. Last time Gold Coast won by 37. This time the Eagles will take a win by 9 points. Moving on to the Saturday games, 11:45, North versus Richmond. What can I say? Richmond are so bad right now. I'm just easily tipping North. Even though North went down to the Cats by 40, it's just really good right now from North. They've obviously won. They've won, if this let me go down. They've won 1 out of their last 5 compared to Richmond winning 0 out of their last 5. North beating the Suns and the Eagles this year. Richmond beating the Adelaide Crows and the Sydney Swans this season. It should be pretty close, but North Melbourne are just too good to run over this Richmond side. Richmond have some old players, but they won't make an impact like Dusty. And North will just cook. North stayed in good contact with Geelong for that first half, but then they just fell away in the second half. But North, they're showing signs, and I'm going to tip them by 45 points in a bit of a smashing to beat the Tigers. Geelong, Adelaide, Geelong will win. Adelaide were down by 78 by 1 point today against Hawthorn. I was watching the game. They were down by 78 at 1 point, which is really shocking. Against Hawthorn. Hawthorn are good and all. They're sitting in 9th right now, winning 10 out of their last 12. It's really good for the Hawks. I'm happy to see them doing this good. And they've just smashed an Adelaide side by 66. Obviously, the Crows getting the better of that last 2 minutes of the game, kicking 2 goals to cut the margin down to 66. But Geelong, you see, they're doing really good right now. They've won 4 out of their last 5. And as we know, Geelong are just playing better and better and better and better every single week. So I'm going to say Geelong to win by 40 against Adelaide in a smashing. Collingwood, Carlton are falling away horribly right now, but they're just too strong for a win. If we go last round, I do not know who they played. But, they played the Power, and they choked away against the Power on the Friday night. But Power's Friday night record is insane, so I can see why. The Carlton right now are playing way better footy than Collingwood. As you can see, Collingwood have won 1 out of their last 5, and that game was against Richmond, so you can't take anything out of it, can you? Look, the Pies are horrible right now. They probably won't make the 8, so I will say that Carlton will win this one. It'll be close. It'll be a goal just because of the rivalry. On Saturday night footy, Carlton by a goal. The other Saturday night game, put Adelaide Sydney in a blockbuster. I'm tipping Power at the Adelaide Oval. Sydney are falling away horribly. They lost to the Saints. They lost to Fremantle. They lost to the Bulldogs. They lost to Brisbane. They're doing horribly. The Sydney Swans are falling away badly. I will say this now. The Sydney Swans are falling away badly. Port Adelaide will upset them and keep their top 4 chances alive for the Power. And the Power will beat Sydney by 37 points. Cap off a wonderful performance to beat these horrible Swans, which are horrible at the moment. Giants, Hawks stay on their streak. Obviously, Hawks winning 10 out of their last 12. Beating the absolute living crap out of Adelaide. They're up by 78 and then they just got to 66. Hawthorn are just too good right now. I can see them winning by at least 50 or at least 45. But the Giants are such a close team. So I'm going to say that the Giants in 5th will make a good game out of it and lose by 18 to this wonderful Hawthorn side with Guinea, Day, Watson and many more wonderful players. The Hawthorn Hawks will beat the Giants by 13 points. Essendon Freo. Essendon are falling away horribly, are they? They came from being in 2nd to being below Hawthorn and the Dogs and the Power and the Cats. So Essendon are just falling away horribly. On the other hand, Freo are the absolute opposite. Freo are on a roll. They're going to make top 4. So Freo are going to cap off a good rest of the season. And in the Sunday afternoon, they're going to beat Essendon by 30. Essendon are horrible right now. What can I say? They're losing all of their games. They lost to Adelaide, and look how bad Adelaide are. Look, Fremantle will beat Essendon by 30 points. St Kilda versus Brisbane. St Kilda are playing so good footy right now. They just beat Essendon by 53, previously beat the Eagles by 72, and now they will just fall short to the Lions by 7. The Lions are the best team in the comp right now, best form in the comp. The way they turn around their season is insane. Everyone was expecting them a bit through the season to finish maybe 13th, 12th, but look where they are now, 2nd. The Brisbane Lions comeback this season has been amazing, and Brisbane will edge over a good St Kilda side and win by 7. That's all of the tips for today. Thank you for watching another tipping video on the channel. Hope you have a great, wonderful day. See you on the next video, which will probably be a Swans vlog. Have a good one. Peace.